Now they fixed it, and if I were to touch my generator, it would basically not let me place it. So that's why I don't want to mess around with them. And so each generator produces, um, well, this is bad example because of the eel, but basically it produces about like 37 each. But in this case, I'm averaging 54, give or take. So if I have 8 times 54, that's 432 power. Obviously the yields don't last long, so you might have like, um, what is 37 times 8 minus 430s, what is it, 36, 35, 140-ish, 32, okay. So yeah, you would have like around 130 power being flickering. So that's why when you come and check your refinery and you see 275, and then you go all the way here and you check, okay, that's bad example, 265, well, that's bad example too. 200, there you go. A bad example once again. It's because of the flickering. Now, back to the farming. So I've seen a lot of people uh, do it to the point where they're not efficient. Now it's fine, but keep in mind there's not enough power. A lot of people at the beginning of time, it's like, oh yeah, so much power. I don't know what to even use it for. I have everything. I'm like, are you messing with me? There's legit not enough power to the point where I have 3 characters. I have 1, 2, 3. I own them, and I have 1 more. Um, So this is how the farm looks. Now keep in mind it's not efficient because I placed the farm plot right next to the wall, and you know how it is. It doesn't reach for some reason no matter how much I tried. That's why you see in the middle, like, I added like 2 or 3 extra because it's only like 1 extra watt power, so I'm like, fuck it, you know, whatever. But basically, a lot of people would have like a 1 floor, and so the lamps would be, let's say, oops, bad example, I cannot use that. I usually don't design, but let's say somebody has it right there, and so then people would have it like their lights up here, right? Let me see if that still uses. Yeah, the light is still going through. Wait, what? Wait, hold on, I want to test something. Are you messing with me? So if I were to put like this, right? This is kind of interesting, but I could be tripping, keep in mind. So technically there shouldn't be any light, theoretically. And that's off, like obviously it doesn't have any. Oh my god. Oh my god. No way. What about this? What about this? What about this? Low. Okay, so this one is low. This one is low. Low. Okay. Okay, you see the symbol? That means it's low. Low, 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 low. Okay, so it's low. Okay, so it just took a hot second. Okay, I was gonna say, if that's the case, then guys, just, you know, put that and then put more crops on top, and then you don't have to like expand a lot, and then you can just go all the way up. All the way up, you know? But no, never mind, that doesn't work. Worth a try though. Here, let me destroy them all. Okay. So, yeah, so the sprinklers can catch 3 by 3. Obviously, this is not efficient because, you know, I just made a small one. but theoretically they can catch 3 by 3. So that would be 1, 2, 3, and then you would do 1, 2, 3, and then you put another sprinkler right there, and all of that would be caught. Now for the light is the same concept, is 5 by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so you would have to put it like somewhere in the middle, right? Right. So yeah, that's basically the how the farm plot should kind of be. Now keep in mind a lot of people do roleplay, so I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. I'll show you another base that's a little bit more efficient, but it's not as much. Now keep in mind this is like my second attempt. But for the next season, I know how to even make it more efficient. Um, the person that I showed them about this, they made it super efficient, and I loved it. And I gotta see if I can find their base. They're basically they live right on top of my base, but in a different world. I just gotta remember what world that is. But here, what we have is still not efficient. Because this legit can go really, far back, but it's because the power doesn't really take up too much space. So each farm, let's calculate. This farm plot, which is, what is this? 2, 4, 6, 8 by, give or take, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, right? So that would be 8 times 16, 128, give or take. Obviously minus this and minus that. And 128 plot takes, give or take, 3 lights, 6 lights, basically 10 lights, which is 10 power, and then sprinklers would be 2, 4, 6, 8. I know it's not efficient, like I said. So 8, that would be 8 times 2 plus 10. You're using 26 energy. Now this is the same concept, 8 out of 7, because before the update, already been placed down, not touched since. All you have to do is just add wood every so often. Prat. And so a farm like this takes 26 energy, right? And that's just perfect. So the what you could do with the rest is up to you, basically. But in this case, we just have a little bit of super refinery, and then basically all of it goes down to water pumps, and that's like 26, give or take, water pumps. Now my other base right here is another Caractoria, which is just producing crude oil, right? So if they can able to increase more generators that we can place and more of this and that, there's no point of me having to bring more characters in. I'm sure a lot of people are doing this. So instead of just having like servers filled with bots, bad example, it would be more efficient if I could just have one. But then again, you could argue saying, human nature is just so greedy, just wants more. And let's say they did let us have like 50 generators. Well, now we have 2 characters with 100 generators. And that's still not gonna be enough, and we're always gonna be complaining and blah 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 blah. Which is true, But I'm just saying, maybe we'll cut down a bit, because it takes quite a bit to get. So yes, you have a farm that is producing quite a bit of crops. Now the question is, what crops do you want to make? So as you can see, I've have fairly quite a bit of seeds. Look at that. Okay, I didn't realize I had that, but fairly quite a bit of seeds, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Give me one sec. And there would be a point where you're gonna have to determine what you want to craft and what is going to be efficient, what is the supply and demand, what people are looking for basically, and then go from there. So we have, I hate when it does that, yield, breeding, mutation, and a little bit more mutation. Basically got a lot of different types of seeds. There are more being planted by the grow shrooms, and you just have to determine your end game. What I basically do is, if you go to Eternal Land Management, I basically convert all my food into astral currency. They nerfed it a lot because this used to be 500 a pop, now it's, 100. Each deviations like this used to be 8,000 a pop, now it's only 800. So instead of getting 144,000, I'm only getting 14,000. So on and so forth. And it's fine. I learned to accept it. If that's how they want to go by. So the question is, because a lot of people be selling this canned lunch meat, and I've noticed I've bought like so many of them. There's so much resource out there, right? And this is what I mean. You have to determine what you want to grow. What recipes do you want to grow? Because here's the thing. Yeah, you could grow, you could be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna supply shit ton of, let's say, what is it? Seafood oils. But there's gonna be a certain point where like people are not gonna mine anymore because they already got shit ton of gold, shit ton of silver, tons of tungsten, or tons of everything basically. And to be honest, I probably only eaten like, I want to say like maximum 15 canned foods in my lifetime before I said, okay, that's enough. Yes, I've purchased over like 200 of them because they were fairly cheap. They were like 2K per. And back in the day, like I said, I converted that into astral currency, and that would have gotten me like at least like 5 grand, right? There are other types of food that are good to also make, but keep in mind this stuff is like really good, but it requires deviated plants. Now, yes, I do have tons of mutated fertilizer, and but the question is the time that it takes you to make that mutated fertilizer, and I don't know, like, is that even worth it? Plus, you got this bees that kind of do their job, maybe. I don't know. Not really. So it's all about calculations and seeing which is worth going for. Um, yeah, like there are some foods that people do like. Let me see where it's at. There it is. Increase acid gain by 50%. Peppercorn and salt. And this is kind of easy to get. So yeah, you can make shit ton of those. So all you have to do is have the killer bunny produce you meat, which I would just recommend getting a chef's knife. going killing tons of level 1 Bambis at a lower region. Just one tap on basically. Well, why waste too much bullets on that? Waste too much time when you can just one tap. Make tons of this, and salt is really easy to get. But the issue is like, okay, great, you made all of this preserved deviated chops, even though it doesn't even require deviated product, which is really fucking cheap, unlike any of these other ones. So, yeah, see, deviated pumpkin, bad example. Okay, well that's bad example too. Deviated cabbage. Okay, well I have never seen banana or grapes, but yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, it's so cheap to make that everybody's just making it themselves. So you're saying to yourself, okay, what's the point of farming then, right? Is it even worth it? In my opinion, it is. If you're doing what I'm doing, just converting all of those into astral sands. Now, yes, uh, 100,000 astral sand is probably all you need to buy basically everything and make a mansion, to my stupid understanding. So there's no point of having like more than 3 mil. And so there's no point of farming and wasting more time making blah 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 blah. But like I said, everything is currency. So what you could do at the beginning of time is mass produce a product that is on high demand. And instead of being general, like, oh, you're doing a little bit of oil, a little bit of acid, a little bit of farming, a little bit of this and that, just stick to one. In this case, I would prefer you to stick to both, two things, if you're gonna be doing crops, because, like I said, it doesn't take that much electricity, maximum 30 watts to basically generate, give or take, 130 crops, and then with that you can, keep going and keep going. And yeah, just kind of keep that in mind. Alright, but farming is pretty easy. You just need a grow shroom. They are really easy to get. You can just auto farm them too by having you grow mushrooms, and you just stick them in there, give them some seeds to go off by, and then they will just, keep producing. Just make sure that you have this in this water system. Keep in mind, it's really important to have a switch for the water system. Otherwise, so what happens is, you see, you put a target at 90, and so this doesn't stop until it reaches 90. The issue is, the second it reaches to 90, it will basically shut off. But then when it goes to 89, it starts to freak out, saying, "Oh no, my owner wants me to have it at 90," and so it just keeps on printing water, printing water, like irrigating basically, and it will use all of your purified water, and so you would have to like sit there and collect shit ton of water. I just did a restock, but it just takes quite a bit of time. Now, yes, you could, like, if you had maybe like 2 sprinklers, yeah, I would say, yeah, keep it on 24/7. I don't think it's gonna use that much. But if you have like 10 sprinklers, you need to shut that thing off. Otherwise, in like one day, the whole entire container is gonna be gone, when it should have already only been used maybe like a stack or 2 at most, right? So just keep that in mind as well. But yeah, other than that, that's basically farming. It's not that difficult. Just pick a seed, and then, like I said, you can also craft your, well, I haven't really said that, but you can definitely craft your good stuff, Simple, easy, and fun. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and till next time.